things didn't become more, I need God in my life until MS, multiple sclerosis. And that journey started in 2003. I had bad headaches. We couldn't figure out what. We went to the doctor. Over my left eye was a sharp pain, and then I lost my eyesight in my left eye. It was life-changing. I was scared. I was hurt because I had this why me moment, and I did the worst thing. I shut everybody out. I didn't know what to do. I was terrified. I even told my husband, "You don't have to stay. You can leave, because this is not what you bargained for." Of course, he said no. He looked at me like I was crazy. I'm glad he did. He was a rock. And there was a day when I just shut down completely. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was so depressed. And Steve had the mindset to call my mom. And she came over instantly, and she came to my room, and she stayed with me and prayed and prayed and prayed, and had her Bible with her, reading scripture and praying to me for hours. And I know that, long prayers, you're not supposed to do that, but it wasn't that type of prayer. It was a prayer of trying to revive my spirit, to knowing that I was not alone, and that God was there with me, and a prayer to help me get out of my mindset of why me.
Me praying with her works, but I call her mom because I'm like, all right, it's not getting through with me. And like she said, the one day her mom came over, I knew after her mom came downstairs, and from that point on, it was a difference. She'll still have her low points, but it's never been, it's not fair, sometimes maybe, but more is like, hey, I can do it, When she has her exasperations, some of them are harder than others, but she's pretty good with it now.
I had another time where I felt like I can't do this. And again, my husband called my mom, and she on the phone, and Steve was beside me, and this was one of my struggles with walking, I believe, and I was in tons of pain. So I'm laying in bed, and I have my phone next to my ear, Steve beside me, and my mom is just praying constantly and reciting scripture in my ear. And it was another reviving of the spirit. When I first got diagnosed with MS, my husband called my mom because I went through a serious depression issue. I shut everybody out. And she prayed for me and did scripture. And she read scriptures about what Jesus went through for me. He was crucified for me. He went through more pain than I will ever go through for me. And when she was reading those scriptures to me, I was able to say, why not me? I had a friend call me who was diagnosed with lupus, and she's struggling. She's in Florida. She was here. And I've been talking to her and texting her and sending her encouragement and how to make it through, and that you can make it through, and giving her scriptures and praying. And she called me and she said, I know why you had MS before I was diagnosed with lupus. And she said, because you guided me on how to handle it. So why not me? I am LaChandra. This is my husband, Steve. I have multiple sclerosis, and we are proof that prayer works.